Some Sigma males have problems with other Sigmas because their thought patterns are different. An immature Sigma man would be defined by either 1. Having little or no actual experience living in a culture with objective values. 2. Being strongly influenced by some externally expressed value system. 3. Being ignorant of his preference for logic over emotions. A fully developed Sigma. What an immature Sigma male isn't is an immature Sigma doesn't want to be expressive and has a deep need for privacy and solitude that prevents him from expressing his complex emotions. He also considers the logical implications of each new idea before coming to conclusions first. The ego of this type is also very fragile and sensitive to criticism and suggestions from others. He will rarely show his feelings except on rare occasions as they are still forming in him. At times, there can be a strong emotional intensity, but it is always subtle if it exists at all. The immature Sigma man is driven toward pleasing others in order to gain their approval and deference. He will rarely show his feelings. He's apprehensive about being a leader or having to express his thoughts on anything for fear of offending someone or exposing himself to outside influences. I just mentioned being criticized or pressured. He has no trouble making decisions when they're easy, but avoids making them when they're difficult. He rarely gets angry because it takes too much energy. Instead, he'll try to avoid any situations that lead to conflict and save his energy for things that he enjoys. If there's something in it for him, he'll compromise almost anything. Friendships, for example, can mean more than principles. He will find it difficult to focus without many interruptions, which can lead to self-loathing, which can eventually manifest itself as obsession with healthy Sigma males. The flip side of this is that an immature Sigma spends so much time in his head that he doesn't have enough room for other things like friends. Despite the fact that he may give the impression that he does because making new friends isn't difficult. It's keeping them that's difficult. He can take years to figure out what his purpose is, but once he does, there's no telling how much ground he'll cover. This kind of behavior appears to be a way to play games with people, but that isn't the case. It's just the Sigma being playful and possibly cryptic. The peculiar sense of humor associated with Sigmas can be perplexing to others. He has trouble dealing with life-changing decisions because they almost never seem clear-cut or simple to him. He wants more information before making a decision. He will even continue looking for answers once the decision has been made if it was made impulsively. Finally, making up his mind about something can take years, time that could have been spent on other things if he didn't worry so much. And finally, an immature Sigma male is usually slow to develop emotional maturity. The reason for this is that it appears to him that there are 1,000 things going on inside his mind at once, all vying for his attention. And the best way for him to organize them is by taking charge of himself as much as possible. He will want you to know that he holds himself to very high standards and judges others with equal severity, although some may mistake this for arrogance. His biggest fear is not being taken seriously, and most people do not take him seriously. The opposite problem is that an immature Sigma can be emotionally needy. He wants someone to understand him, especially if he's lonely or misunderstood. This is why he's drawn to other Sigmas. Keep in mind that Sigma male maturation is usually a gradual process. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments section. And subscribe to the channel with the notification bell turned on so you don't miss any future videos.